Greetings traders, D7 here with freetradingvideos.com. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the markets. As you can see here, up across the board 2%. Anytime you get a 2% move to the upside on the indices, that's a big move. Wake up, smell the coffee. And anytime you get a 2% move to the downside, yeah, you know, things are crashing and burning. It's hard for the indices to move 2% or more. We're seeing this more and more as of a year ago, January, but just know these are big moves. And what we have here is the Dow up over 2%, 2.5% on the Nasdaq, more than 2% on the S&P, Russell's, the big winner, almost 3%, and something on the VIX. We did drop over under 50 points, and we're down 6%. To validate this 2% move, I like to see the VIX 3 times the inverse. And that's precisely what we have here. If you're down 2%, you want to see this up 6%. But in this case, we're up 2%. I want to see this down 6%. It helps validate it. If I see something opposite or different than that, then I start to question the validity of the move, whichever direction that might be. Here's the S&P daily. Let's blow it up just a smidgen. And here we are, that resistance area. We did have a high. Where are we at here? High. At 724. We said we'd have a resistance 725. So we're right there. Went up, tagged resistance, came right back down right at the end of the day. We do have a higher high and a higher low, giving us a bullish movement. It's a bullish sentiment. It's a directional change that's taking place. If you look here, we have lower high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. Here we have for the first time a higher high, higher low. Look for more upside movement. So this would be called our bear pullback because we're in a downtrend where we have lower swing highs and lower swing lows. So look, wait for a bear pullback, maybe giving us a very juicy opportunity to short the market once we get this. We have some nice resistance that we have to blow through. I'm telling you, I'm just kind of sitting back, not doing too much in my trading right now. I'm waiting for the ultimate time to move in to start adding to my short positions. So if you're going to play this bullish, just know that you have major resistance areas that you have to pay attention to, and know that when you touch them, you're going to be fighting with a lot of bears coming in shorting. So as soon as it got up to 724, you had a bunch of bears come in and short the puddings right out of that. So let's take a look here at the Dow. And the Dow just smacked its head at resistance. Dropped. Or I'm sorry, it opened, shot straight up, then dropped, closing right at a resistance point. So it hasn't broke over. But what we do have is a sentiment change, a reversal taking place, where we do have a higher high, higher low, no lower shadow on the S&P or Dow. This is very bullish when you get that. So anyway, let's see if we have. Let's look at the volume here on the Dow. By the way, the volume. Nice size volume, but nothing to write home about. It's really pretty even. So on an up day, if this was going to really be taking off and shows some nice legs, I'd want to see quite a bit more volume than this, and we just did not get that. We do have a tick to the upside on the MACD. You can see that here on the histogram, tick to the upside. So here, let's take a look at the Nasdaq. Now on the Nasdaq, I drew another trend line in, something I just put in. I made it pink just so it stood out a little bit for us to take a look at, but this pink line is acting as resistance here. Resistance here. It chopped around right here. Support here. Resistance here. And now it's acting as resistance. Let's blow this up. So we do have a higher high, higher low. And this is going to be a resistance area we have to pay attention to. So imagine if I were to draw a line right here. I'm going to do that right now. I went from this body to this body and come across. Yeah, it's that we're just hitting that resistance right there. Make this a little longer. Let's do this. Yep, that's where we're at. So that's something else we need to watch on the Nasdaq. Let's look at the Russells. And Russell's following suit with a higher high, higher low. Again, we had lower high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower low. Sentiment change, bullish to the bullish side, higher high, higher low. And didn't surprise us. Remember we were saying on the S&P that we were rolling over, expect upward movement, and that's precisely what we got here. We do have a tick to the upside on the histogram on the MACD, but we're at major resistance right now at that 370 mark. We closed at 371, but that's going to be a major resistance area right there, and we have a lot more resistance. But let me show you something on the weekly that I'm looking at. And the weekly, we're at some major support. We have that trend line coming down acting as support, and then we have this low right here in November acting as support also. I see this wanting to step up. See how we're stepping down there? My MACD is stepping up, giving us a bullish divergence. So that's acting pretty bullish too on the weekly formation. So something to pay special attention to. I think that we have some upside potential. We're overextended on the weekly and the daily to the downside. We are due for a nice rally. I'd like to see that nice rally take place, giving us opportunity to short the markets. So there you have it. Thank you for being a part of freetradingvideos.com and our community, our ever-growing community. And anyway, when you're out there in the markets, be safe and trade smart. Like right now, I don't have hardly anything going on. I'm waiting for a better opportunity, an opportunity that really sets up stacking probabilities in my corner. So I'm sitting on a lot of cash right now and just sitting back, seeing what things are taking place. And always remember this: we love your comments. Please leave comments. We read each and every one of them, and we so appreciate those. So anyway, until next time, we'll catch you at freetradingvideos.com, and always use a stop loss when you're out there in the trenches.